Rand, do you have an arraignment?
Judge, we're waiting for an interpreter, even though
What's the name objection? You're doing it. I believe the chose. She speaks Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, let's wait for her.
Okay.
Yeah, usually they come here pretty quick. As soon as they get here, we'll do it.
Thank you.
Sure,
Okay.
of course. Vic, you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Let's go.
All right, Judge, first one is page 11, the pause. Isaiah, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. DePaz.
Good morning.
So you're charged with assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, at approximately 12:18 p.m., a school resource officer responded to a security officer needing assistance in LaPorte High School. Upon arrival, the defendant was placed in the security resources office after a physical altercation. The defendant stated he was upset with the complainant because the complainant had mistreated his sister in the past. The defendant confronted the complainant and struck the complainant with a closed fist on his face. The defendant was observed on school CCTV walking up to the complainant and punching him with a closed fist, and shortly after, the complainant fell to the ground. The complainant did not show signs of confrontation towards the defendant. The complainant was observed with multiple lacerations on his lower lip and a missing tooth from being struck in the face. The complainant was also observed with a swollen jaw and bleeding from his mouth, and the complainant felt pain. I have spoken to the family of the complainant. He's had to have his jaw wired shut. His jaw was broken on both sides of his face.
Serious bodily injury?
I don't believe that would rise to the level of serious bodily injury because it's not permanent disfigurement, because he will heal eventually, but it will take 6 to 9 weeks for
Mr. DePaz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're smoking weed, if I find that you're using alcohol, I will put you in jail. You will get your degree with me. Do you understand?
Yes,
You
sir.
are now not to go back to LaPorte High School. I'm ordering you not to go back. I don't want this person to live in fear, so you're not to go back there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you become a danger to my community, I only have one place for you.
Yes, sir.
You're not to be in possession of weapons as well. You were what, 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will provide you a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is going to be in your system. You have to take a test and you're to come back, and then I'll have to speak to a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
If you don't go take the test, if you don't come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
I find that you're a problem. You got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one if you're a danger to my community.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
I will not cause any trouble.
Okay,
And Judge, did you say no contact with the complaining witness?
Correct.
Okay.
but don't worry, don't file anything because I'm going to have him supervised.
Okay.
All right, so just reach out to the night for him, please, and then I'm going to send him for a test right now.
Okay. All right, go ahead and sign. Next, Judge, is page 15, Ibarra, come on up.
That's awful. That sucks. Did you see what page?
Ibarra is on page 15.
Got it. Good morning, Mr. Ibarra.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, this is a under 21 UCW. I can still read you the facts if you would like. Okay. On March 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a shooting. The officer found the defendant in a back alleyway with a gunshot wound to his leg. The defendant had a mesh backpack in his possession at the time and was able to see that there was a black handgun inside. The caliber of the handgun matched shell casings located on the ground next to the defendant. The defendant stated that he shot the gun in self-defense at 3 black males who shot at him. Those suspects fled the scene after officers' arrival. The defendant was transported to Ben Taub Hospital, where the defendant was being treated for the gunshot wound to his left femur. The defendant admitted to being in the 114th Street Bounty Hunters gang and is 18 years old.
Okay, so was it really that, did he shoot himself, or do we know that someone else shot?
We do not know. We
So-
know that the casings on scene match the caliber of the handgun that he had, but we don't know if he had shot himself and he stated he was being shot at by other people as well. So it's unclear.
So the only allegation is that he's underage, essentially. Okay. Mr. Ibarra, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward in your case. You need to be very careful. You get but one life. You know, God forbid something happens where you have a gun and you use it, and then you end up getting charged with something. You've gotten shot in the leg now. I mean, luckily it's not somewhere else. It could be life ending. When you hang with dogs or when you're bad places in the middle of the night, really, do something with your life. Get into school, graduate, get some knowledge. So take a seat with me, please.
Judge, for Mr. DePaz, it was no contract.
Yeah, no contact, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And then random UAs.
Yes, Judge.
Oh,
Back to
Rand, you ready?
Yeah.
You have your chance. I'm sorry.
and it was also no going back to LaPorte.
Right.
Right, Judge, 23.
Lenny, I always need you.
Reyes?
Rand. How are you? Right, how are you? Judge looks very festive today.
So this is an FSGI, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Hola, yo te voy a interpretar, ¿ok?
Good morning, Ms. Reyes.
Díaz, señora Reyes.
Good morning.
Ms. Reyes, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. Essentially leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information.
Escena de un accidente sin intercambiar la información que necesitabas hacer.
You are facing up to 180 days in jail
180 días en la cárcel por
and or a $2,000
una
fine.
multa que no sobrepase $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause.
Los soldados
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
contra usted.
I insist she stays silent.
Y tu abogado insiste que se quede callada.
Just please go slow.
Yes, Your Honor. On March
El
10th,
10 de marzo
2025,
del 2025,
officers were
los
dispatched to
oficiales
Safer
fueron
Street
a
and
una calle Safer
Seth Street en reference to an
Street.
FSGI.
bajo una referencia de faltar y dar información.
The officers were
Los
advised that a white Charger
oficiales
left the scene
dijeron que
following
un
an
White Charger
accident
se fue de la escena después de un accidente
and was last seen
y
going
lo
southbound
vieron
on Shaver
y iba
Street.
en camino al sur en la calle Shaver.
The complainant stated that she
quejante
was
dijo
traveling when a
que
white
ella estaba
Dodger
manejando
made a
cuando un
unsafe lane
Dodger
change
Cambió de carril, pero
and
sin,
and collided with her.
y chocó contra ella.
The complainant
El
showed
quejante
officer a
dijo,
picture of the
Él
suspect
tomó
vehicle,
una foto del vehículo y le enseñó
Which
al oficial
showed the license
y
plate
tenía la
and
placa.
damage to the vehicle
y el
in that
daño al
left
vehículo.
portion. The complainant
El
estimated that the
quejante
damage was
dijo que
around
él
$1,000.
está estimando que costó como $1,000 en reparación.
Officers ran the
Y los
vehicle and
oficiales
found the registered
vieron la
owner to
placa
be
y
Juan Maneno.
encontraron que el dueño era Juan Veneno.
The officer located the vehicle at the apartment complex
Encontraron
that the
el
vehicle was
vehículo
registered
en
to.
los apartamentos a donde estaba registrado.
The officer met with
Y
Juan
el
and his
oficial
wife, who
habló
is the
con Juan y
defendant.
la esposa, que es el acusado.
Juan advised the officers that the
Y Juan le
defendant had been
dijo
driving the
que el
vehicle all
acusado
day,
estaba
that
manejando
the-
todo el día el
and
vehículo
that the only damage to the
que
vehicle should have been on the
daño
front bumper from a
que tenía
previous
el
incident
vehículo
and
era
nothing
en la
else.
parte de frente de un accidente previo.
The defendant
Y
advised
el
officers
acusado
that she was
le
driving the
dijo
vehicle and
que
had
ella estaba
recently gotten
manejando
back from a Walmart,
el vehículo y había regresado
which
de
is around
Walmart
700
como,
feet from
como
where the incident
700
occurred.
pies de a donde ocurrió el
She denied hitting
incidente
anybody.
y ella negó pegarle a cualquier persona. Negó que
Your Honor, so based on the
y
information,
basado en la
the
información dice
car was registered to his wife.
So, how do we know who's driving it?
¿Y cómo sabe quién está
Juan stated that he
manejando?
was the one driving and she admitted to being in that location at the time.
She denied hitting, right? Do we have any kind of evidence that puts her at the scene that she's the one that causes the accident?
Que ella estaba ahí y causó el accidente. Go ahead.
That she was the one within 700 feet of the accident and that she had access to the vehicle, Your Honor.
Tenía acceso al vehículo y estaba 700
And this
pies
vehicle was the one that was in the
del lugar.
accident.
Y ese fue el vehículo que estaba en el accidente.
Did you say that the husband said that she was driving it?
She was driving
El
it all day.
esposo
Your Honor.
dijo que estaba manejando.
statement.
Dice que sí.
Do you want to add anything? Did you want to say anything?
No, well,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
things,
yeah.
Judge. Number one, there was no evidence that
No hay
she was,
evidencia.
as you mentioned, there was no evidence that she was
Que ella
driving the
estaba
vehicle. And just because she had the vehicle all day does
Solo
not mean she
dice
was
porque
driving
tenía el
it.
vehículo ese día.
For example,
No
when I'm sure my
significa
daughter's
que estaba
home,
manejando.
I'm sure,
Porque, por
and she's using one of our vehicles, I'm sure that
Mi hija
her lunkhead
estaba usando.
boyfriend is probably driving it the majority of the
vehículo
time.
puede ser que
Additionally,
no,
this
el novio de
vehicle
mi hija
is
estaba
insured.
manejando. Ahora el vehículo
There's
está-
never been
tiene
any
su- está
report
asegurado.
of anyone, but people had consent to driving it. That defense is not going to be erased, so this is an
Yes, sir.
insured incident.
Just
Es un incidente
you got A, you got C, but you don't have B. I mean, I just don't think that,
A ver,
officer could have gone to Walmart, pull video, see her coming out, other
pueden ir a Walmart a ver si
cameras anywhere else. I don't know, but I just,
no hay
I
prueba.
don't think there's enough.
Okay. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case,
A
man.
encontrar que hay motivos fundados para mantenerte.
Please be careful when you're driving.
Ten cuidado con
If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have a valid license
no manejes.
and liability insurance in your name.
Y seguro.
Do you understand?
¿Entendido?
Okay, all right.
And she does, for the court's edification.
Thanks, Jen.
Always great seeing you, and I apologize on the record for calling it my future son-in-law's a lunkhead, in case that goes anywhere. I forgot it's being videoed. All right, take care.
The pause.
I keep
All right, Judge, the next one is page 15, Jacobs, come on up.
But they don't follow.
Hey,
It has. I don't play down here anymore.
I don't blame you.
They play me in the felony board, so.
Yes, sir.
So you were retained on this case, correct? Have you filed an attorney of record yet?
I did that this morning.
Are you, Ms. Jacobs?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with failure to comply, I guess striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On February 27, 2025, an officer responded to an FSGI call in the HEB parking lot in Houston, Harris County, Texas. The complainant reported that while shopping, her vehicle was backed into by an unknown individual who did not stop. When she returned to her vehicle, a note was left with a license plate number, a witness's phone number, and a statement about the incident. The witness confirmed seeing a vehicle back into the complainant's vehicle and drive off. The witness gave a description of the defendant and her vehicle. On March 4th, 2025, an officer met with the loss prevention manager at HEB and was shown surveillance video from the parking lot, which showed the defendant driving over a curb and parking her vehicle. The defendant did shopping in the store and got back in her vehicle. The defendant began to reverse into the complainant's vehicle. The defendant paused briefly before driving off and exiting the parking lot. Surveillance video clearly showed the defendant as well as the defendant's vehicle's license plate. The officer confirmed the license plate was registered to the vehicle and the registered owner was the defendant. The officer compared the driver's license photo with the surveillance images and positively identified the defendant. The officer called the defendant and the defendant acknowledged he rubbed another car with her bumper. The complainant provided photographs of the damage to her car along with an estimate that the total cost of repair would be $3,009.23.
Okay. Ms. Jacobs, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run her license, please? See if she has a valid license.
Yes, Judge.
I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. That's the only condition I'm putting on you at this time. Do not pick up any new cases. If you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, man?
Driver's license is eligible.
Okay, so we're just going to craft bond conditions for you not to drive without insurance as well. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? We'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. All right? Thank you, guys.
Right this way. All right, Judge, we have a Spanish arraignment. Page 18, Macias, come on up. Counsel out.
Do you mind filing those?
Yeah.
That's what didn't happen in the first case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo te voy a traducir enfrente del juez, ¿ok?
Gracias.
Este no es el momento de pelear el caso, solo escucha lo que te van a decir. Te van a dar tus derechos y cosas así.
Morning, Mr. Macias.
Buenos días, señor
Sir, you were
Macías.
charged with assault, bodily injury.
Año
You're
corporal.
facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Juntados.
Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Quiet.
You have the right to have an attorney present.
El derecho de tener un abogado presente.
If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Van a asignar un abogado oficial.
On March 10th,
El 10 de marzo del
2025,
2025,
at approximately 5:03
aproximadamente
p.m.,
5:03 de la
an
tarde,
officer
un
was
oficial
dispatched
lo
to a
llamaron
disturbance,
a una
unknown weapon call
casa, por una
at a
llamada de
residence
que tenga una
in
arma
Harris County,
aquí
Texas.
en una residencia en el condado de Harris.
The officer made
El
contact
oficial hizo
with the
contacto con
defendant
el acusado, usted,
and complainant
y el quejante
on the sidewalk of
ahí
the
en la
residence.
acera de la residencia.
The officer
El oficial
observed the
observó
call was related
Que la llamada
to
era
a previous
relacionado a otra llamada
on
previa
March 6th,
del 6 de marzo
2025.
del 2025 que estaba
The defendant stated
El
his right
acusado
hand
dijo
was
que la mano
injured
derecha le hicieron
approximately 3
daño
days ago
hace como 3 días
because he fought with the
porque había
complainant
peleado con el
who
quejante
beat up the defendant and that he was
había
sitting
dado
outside
golpes
playing
y estaba
guitar
afuera
on the day of the
tocando
incident.
guitarra el día que ocurrió el
The
incidente.
complainant became upset
quejante
because he
se
did not
enojó
like the noise and that
porque
the
no
complainant
no le gustó el ruido
complains about music all the time.
y él siempre está
And-
quejándose sobre la música siempre.
And that the complainant caught him
Y
at a bad
quejante
time
lo agarró un tiempo que estaba
because he
tomando
was drinking alcohol
que estaba tomando
and was
alcohol
angry.
y estaba enojado.
The defendant stated he was tired
El
of the
acusado
complainant
dijo
constantly
que
bothering
estaba
him,
cansado de que él siempre se está molestando
that the complainant deserved to get beat up,
y le merecía que le
and if
dieran una
officers
paliza
released
y
him,
los oficiales
he would
lo
show
dejaran
them what he
ir.
could do
Le
by
iba a
assaulting
enseñar
the complainant
qué ibas a
again.
hacer por agredirle otra vez.
The defendant stated he did
El
nothing
acusado
wrong.
dijo que no hizo nada mal.
The complainant stated
El
that on
quejante
March 6,
dijo que el 6 de
2025,
marzo del
he was
2025
assaulted by
lo
multiple
agredió
males.
varios hombres.
He was taking out
Él
the
estaba
laundry when
sacando
the
su ropa
suspect started
sucia
calling him
cuando el sospechoso
racial
empezó a llamar
slurs,
a un montón de
assaulted
palabras
him,
raciales y le
and dropped him to the
agredió
ground.
y le tiró al piso.
The complainant stated the suspect
El
punched him
quejante
on the
dijo
right
que
side
el
of his face
sospechoso le pegó
with
en
a
la cara
closed
derecha
fist causing
de la
pain.
cara con un puño,
He
causando
sustained
y
an
le
injury
dio
to his right knee and right
una
hand
lesión en la rodilla derecha y la mano derecha.
and left side of his torso was
Y en el
hurt
lado
as he
izquierdo del
believed he was
torso,
kicked.
pues parece que él cree que le habían dado una patada.
On March 10th,
El 10 de
2025,
marzo
the complainant
del
stated
2025,
one of the suspects
te dijo
who attacked
que uno de
him
los sospechosos que le habían
on March 6th,
atacado el 6 de
2025
marzo de 2025
was at the location.
estaba en ese lugar
The complainant pointed at the
y el que
defendant
antes le apuntó
and stated he had to go to the
al
hospital
acusado
due
y
to
le dijo
injuries.
que tenía que haber ido
Did he
al hospital.
identify him?
The defendant was
Lo
identified with
Lo
his Mexican
identificó
voter ID card.
con
Yes, the
tarjeta de
complainant
votar
pointed at the
mexicana.
defendant, stating he was the
Él
one
lo
who attacked him
apuntó
on
al
March.
acusado y dijo que él fue quien la atacó.
Mr. Macias, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your
Yeah.
case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness,
Que no tenga ningún
not to be in possession of weapons, not to go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works.
Él vive o trabaja.
I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it daily, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration, where you'll sit for another 6 to 9 months. I do not want that to
Esos
happen.
9 meses
And don't
es que eso
become a danger to my community. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care who bothers you. If I find that you pick up another case, you become a danger.
Otro caso,
It's not going to go well for you.
peligro a esta comunidad no te va a ir bien.
You understand?
¿Entendido? Sí. Yes.
Do you have a lawyer today?
¿Tienes un abogado hoy?
No lo tengo.
No, sir. No te no,
I want you to hire a lawyer.
¿Tienes la capacidad de contratar un abogado?
De momento estoy fracturado, no.
At this moment, I have a fracture.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
¿Tienes el dinero para contratar un abogado?
De momento no.
At this moment, no.
I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify.
I don't know.
I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you have in the bank, what you have money coming in, what kind of property you have, and then I'll take a look. We will create bond conditions for you. Did you say that alcohol was a factor in this?
Yes, Judge. The defendant
Preguntó si
stated
había
he
alcohol
was
en este
angry
caso.
because he
Dice que
was
sí,
drinking that
porque
day.
estabas enojado ese día porque estabas
I'm
tomando
also
ese día.
not to consume
También
alcohol,
te voy a
illegal
ordenar
drugs.
que no tomes alcohol.
Test you. Mr. Macias, if I find that you're consuming alcohol, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Encuentro que estás tomando
Do you
alcohol
understand?
en la cárcel, ¿entendió?
Sí.
Yes.
I will, Deputy Miranda's going to give an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. You'll get with police you a few bond conditions, and then we'll have you take a seat with
Y
your
vamos a ver
boss.
si te vamos a dar un abogado de cuánto quieres de fianza. Pase allá.
Don't worry about filing conditions because
All right, Judge, next is page 24. Reynolds, come on up.
it's at Reynolds, right?
Yes, Judge, page 24.
Thanks. All right, good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, officers were patrolling the area of the 13,500th block of Beechnut Street, Harris County, Texas. And they observed a white Hyundai Kona with an aluminum pole
Please.
stuck to its hood due to a recent crash. A traffic stop.
What?
A aluminum pole stuck to its hood.
An aluminum pole stuck to the hood of a car.
Yes, Judge.
That's the basis for the stop.
Yes.
Okay.
This is word for word what when I observed a white Hyundai Kona with aluminum pole stuck to its hood, comma, recent crash. I then got behind the vehicle and, yeah, finished. Yep.
Yeah, keep going, please.
Okay. Let's review this. I went back and got behind the vehicle. The officer started speaking with the defendant, who admitted to being driving and that he had crashed. The defendant told me that someone swerved into his lane and crashed into a pole. The defendant stated that he already called his record and that he was good to go. The defendant did not show any intentions of going back to the original scene and gave his information. While the officer was talking with the defendant, a security officer told the client that some people flagged him down the street, saying that the defendant crashed into multiple parked vehicles and drove off. The officer detained the defendant and went back to the original scene, which was a quarter mile from where the officer found the defendant.
Now that adds to it. I mean, that's certainly,
The officer spoke with a witness who stated that he was by the front of the apartment when he saw the white vehicle losing control, crash into a pole, and kept on driving while hitting another two vehicles. The witness stated that he was going around 60 to 70 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour speed limit zone. This confirmed how the aluminum light pole got stuck to his hood. The witness stated that he did not see anybody else around the vehicle before the incident. The officer spoke with one of the owners of the vehicles that was struck, and she stated that it will be around $200 to fix her vehicle and wants to pursue charges. The complainant of the other pickup vehicle had damages to the back right part of that vehicle, and the complainant stated that the defendant crashed into her vehicle and left without providing information. The defendant left the scene without, okay. At this point, they called intake, and then they completed an inventory search of the defendant's vehicle and located a black backpack with 7.4 grams of marijuana, multiple clear plastic bags, and scale.
was he under arrest? I mean, if he's
Yeah,
under
so
arrest,
they
then,
called,
but I didn't hear that he's under arrest or anything. They just up and go start searching?
they did say that the officer called DA intake and spoke with an EDA who accepted charges of the FSGI. And then it states there was an inventory search conducted.
Okay, so they did arrest him but what happened? Because is there an FSGI charge?
We're gonna be honest, Your Honor, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I'm working on it right now. If there's FSGI, right now I'm working on the complainants. We can get things worked out that way.
I mean, I don't
Right now, we do
understand.
not have an FSGI charge at this very second.
Did they accept it or did they not accept?
Based on the DIM statement, it says that we accept the charges. So I am trying to see why there is not a charge, but it's not something that I know.
What a weird day so far.
Your Honor,
Can
I say something? Your Honor?
No, don't. Now's not the time. I'm gonna give you a lawyer and you can tell your side to the lawyer, but,
I think it was a glitch in our internet system, so they could find marijuana, but they just wherever yeah, that's checked.
is it going to go through? Do you know?
I need to look into our system, our each and figure out why it didn't, if portions of works we can make it grand jury. But
So I'll give you, I guess, let's do this. I'm gonna appoint a lawyer today and I'm gonna find probable cause for the moment, but I want to revisit it within the next couple of days to see what is going on. And then, all right, so I am gonna find probable cause for now, Mr. Reynolds. Can you look to see if he has a license, please?
Yes,
What is
Judge.
license? How old are you, Mr. Reynolds?
I'm 26, sir.
His driver's license is not eligible, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. I don't care if you need this, that. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. No, I will give you a lawyer today. You can say your side of the lawyer, but if you don't have a license and car insurance, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That is a condition of your bond. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and no more PR bonds for you. So what I can have you do is I'm going to have Deputy Miranda give you an application. I'm going to have you fill it out. I'll have you talk to a lawyer today. But unless you, I guess let's do that. I'll have you talk to the lawyer and then we can revisit the situation when, after you talk to the lawyer. Please.
Sir.
So you want me to vote?
I'm still waiting on that. Can you hold? I think it's here.
Council for reset?
Hey, Vic, no more?
Get two waiting on the series. I understand.
Defense counsel, is the defense counsel or the even you?
Defendant's here, yeah.
Discovery complete. Hector, are you ready?
Answer it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, his email was bouncing
Maybe
back.
he'll
His
send someone
email,
else.
no, his email was bouncing back. I spoke to Dustin yesterday. He's coming.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Strong.
Morning, Judge. Can you hear me?
And right, anybody else?
Good morning, Judge.
Get that house number down.
Can you hear me, Judge?
Discovery complete. Actually, did you want the same date, 26?
I see what you sent, the note. Is that what you're
Yes.
approaching on?
Yes, can you hear me?
Deputy Miranda, can you hit the button on soundbar? I don't think it's, please. There should be a power button. All right, say something.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. Thank you so much.
Okay, great, Judge. Okay, so I have Mr. Jose Borrego on docket today. Initially, his appearance was waived. However, there was a bond violation report and he was supposed to show up today because of that, or you're going to revoke his bond. However, because of the last minute change, he was unable to obtain child care. Also, because that violation of him failing to appear for that drug test on February 18th, he was extremely ill. I put a doctor's note in the chat. He was ill, so he went to the doctor the next day on the 19th. He also told me that he contacted pretrial services to let them know that he was ill and unable to make the drug test and for it to be rescheduled. He said he never got a call back for that to be rescheduled, but he says if you don't revoke his bond, he will show up tomorrow. He has obtained child care. He will show up tomorrow, submit to any drug test you need, and we can go from
I'll
there.
roll to tomorrow, Ms. Strong.
He'll be there. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Borrego?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Judge. See you.
Yes, ma'am. Ready?
Judge,
Hey,
I have a plea, Judge.
are you ready?
Yes, Judge. Felipe Alvarado.
Mr. Alvarado, come up.
Assigned, yes, sir. Yeah.
Hi there. Hey. Hey, the lady from yesterday, is she up here?
Sí, señor, no, señor.
Mr. Alvarado, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record after today, and it will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. So no more slaps on the wrist, as it were.
O sea, más otra vez.
You get pulled over from now on and you have the slightest smell of alcohol in your breath, an officer sees this DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Fíjate que no voy a estar bien, compadre.
Do you understand?
Yes, yes, sir.
Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration
Entonces, era
consequences. You can be
americano, pues,
deported,
me puede de migración.
excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
Que puede
You
ser
give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
es lo que tienes que hacer, es lo que quieres hacer tú. Decir que soy culpable.
Soy culpable.
I am guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. The other thing is that there is a $3,000 surcharge that tacks onto your license and onto you when you pick up a case like this. I will waive it today. But if you continue to endanger our community, the next time a second offense, it's a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. So get a clue. From now on, if you want to have 32 beers, 52 shots, take an Uber. It's not hard. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte para usted.
Gracias. No, he'll pay for this, too.
So he's gonna.
Sir, take a seat, please.
They have a plan, brought them, they're not here.
So let's clear up one. Done. They're gonna have to release it to a lawyer. That's okay. Let them release another court. Get on the list. And that's- That's okay. Hey, Vic, who was the Jillian's client yesterday? Taylor, right?
Taylor?
Is she check in here?
No.
What happened?
She, I guess, has it in our process. We landed her yesterday.
Is it possible to get her, you think?
It's already, it's almost turned out.
No, I want to see if I can get her.
I mean, look.
Are you able to see Deputy Mariner where she is in processing?
I'm looking for where she's at, but on that, depending, normally when they're finding, if I have it, doesn't matter, have a doctor, medical.
Yes, yeah, this is.
Cause I broke back the last time, we tried to get where it was, yeah, we called all the way over there, so we check where they're at.
Yeah, do you mind seeing?
All right. All right. Keep that alive. Judge.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so there you
Yeah.
Thank you, she's for Jacobs. So.
I signed it. Thought I signed it. Yeah, I signed
Nicole
it.
Jacobs. Come on up.
Hey, Brent, you ready?
Got a little curveball.
Okay. Sure.
Mr. Gardino, we had talked about a time served. I gave him the speech about keeping his record clean and how I didn't think it was the best route to go. We'd like to do a deferred, this.
I'm okay with that. Most certainly, I mean,
So Judge, what I would do is then.
Are you okay with that?
I'll just have a class B.
oh, it's a second.
No, it's a class A, but I don't think class A is, I don't think they're allowed to, the court wouldn't be allowed to.
Oh, I see.
So
You know, I don't.
I don't
Let's
remember
look.
when I was, but I apparently, I just, that's right.
I'm okay.
I know record-wise, Judge, if it's a Class B, less than a .15,
No.
it's something he could potentially take off his record.
Yeah, I think there's several things at play, interlock-wise as well.
Sure.
So.
And he's willing to do the interlock. I respect him for wanting to, not have a conviction.
And Brent, I'm always okay with that. I'm never want to stand in the way of something.
Sure. I'm sorry that I promised the court a time served and now it's,
I don't,
okay.
I mean,
Okay,
that's not big. What's the last name?
Gardunio, Gardunio.
And Judge, that's not.
You want to do without an agreed, right? Yeah, you want to do this, okay.
You want to pull right?
Listen,
Whatever the clerk, whatever we need to do to change
Because
it.
they're very time served, so I have to.
No, you have to, hey, I need you to redo it though, because it's written up as a time served, so.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Just kick it back.
Yeah, just kick it.
Okay.
I've got it.
Awesome. Thank you, Judge. I'm gonna jump out here with.
Judge, how are you?
I have Robert Turner.
Okay.
28.
Blaze and I have talked. He needs to check with his chief on one last mitigation thing. I have the mitigation materials all for my client. I just need to do my cover letter and then we're gonna get guidance on mitigating this.
It's 205 days, so it's up there.
That should be good. I have an oral surgery procedure this afternoon that I'm told is gonna cut me out for a little while, but I'm like, I'll be back tomorrow.
How long,
So
I mean, how long do you?
if we could have like towards the end of next week, that should be fine, like
Sure.
Thursday. Okay, that works. Assuming there's room, but that works for me.
Yeah, just any day but Friday.
Of course, yes, sir.
Okay, whatever you want.
Thursday, the 22nd. Required appearance because of age. More time for mitigation, is that what it is?
Basically. You gotta check with me the video.
Okay, you guys.
Raise your hand.
You assign
Is your name Timothy Ernest?
because we're going
You
from
solemnly swear
way
to affirm that all
to
information on this document is true, correct, that you-
Yeah.
and that this is your signature right here?
Blaze, you're right.
They get it all in. Somebody come in.
Or if you just know and you can email me, I got approved
And first thing in the morning, you send them for 2 hours.
Do you want me to hold a motion for continuing pending for now, Judge?
No, you can just take it.
All right, but so do you need a copy?
Well.
Yeah. All right. Got it? I'll have it later.
Yeah, just email me.
Council, what was that?
Judge, did you want the results on?
Not yet. Let's wait till the lawyer again.
Oh, that was so unfortunate.
I'll see if we can sort it around, but not April 23rd.
Yep. And you can always appeal.
Oh, really?
Council can always zoom on, but to defend it and will require that to be. Yes.
See you next time. Judge. How are you?
Jeffrey, how are you, man?
No problem. Just want to say hi.
One of these days.
Good this work.
Hey, how's it going?
First day, so it's going.
First day. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna do well. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's been fun so far. So.
The best part is you don't want to work. Don't work.
Yeah, I'm going home after this. So.
That's right.
It works for me.
That's. But again, then again, if you're not killing it,
No. Yeah.
so
It has consequences.
yeah. Good luck, friend.
Good to see you.
You too.
Sorry. I'll see you hopefully see you.
The last thing that I ordered on is it is still. I think it has. I mean, counselor, see, but I this out for anything about our urban, I'll be doing on the ground. Like, why was trying to, sorry, so you see that based off of the initial, you know, as a
Hi. Ms. Perkins.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Good
Hi.
morning. How are you?
Good morning. What's up with you?
Yes, sir. I have Mr. Allen on docket today.
Say Alan?
Yes, sir. Christopher Allen.
Oh, come on.
Do you see Chris? Yeah.
Yes, Judge. Page 2.
Oh, I see. Here we go. Okay. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, sir. So I just spoke with Mackenzie today. She has made recommendations that the chief will need to review in order for a possible dismissal. Can we get like a 1 or 2 week reset in order for the chief to review and to see if we need to set for trial or not, or if they will dismiss?
Everything's in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. I'll give you till it's 640 days old. So I'll give you till Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's. pretty-
Okay. I'll get till Monday and then he's got to be here as well. His plea or trial on that day. Okay.
Okay, yes, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
May I be excused?
Sorry?
May I be excused?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I like that. Miss Lynch on docket today. I think her parents is waived. However, the case manager did reach out to me and let me know that we swapped her over from the portable device to the ignition interlock due to her getting a car, I believe. But she hasn't been driving in car, so we just want to let you know we haven't been able to monitor any type of.
What's the last name?
Emma Lynch.
You're welcome.
Is your dog today?
Yes.
Yes. More stuff on there.
They're waiting on dogs.
I also asked for. You can dial. Okay, what was it? They haven't, I haven't. Oh, but I don't know. They should.
Yes, we should already.
Yeah, I don't want to just, I don't want to lose you guys, especially when it's your. She'll be out of process for tomorrow. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, don't worry about that. I don't want to lose you guys. Okay.
You want to stop with the CLO? Okay. You know, then just, where's all that? I'm not trying to work. Thank you.
I'm trying to see, Brent, about your non-disclosure. Because I know that
I
there's
think the
like,
accident part,
Hmm?
the accident, there's
there's an accident.
his insurance already paid me. Sorry.
Well, no, but I mean, for purposes of a non-disclosure, I don't know if you're gonna, let me see. Hold on. Here we go. So there's 6 things, right? The last one, number 6. The attorney representing the state does not present sufficient evidence demonstrating that the offense resulted in a motor vehicle collision involving another person, including a passenger in the vehicle operated by the person seeking the order of non-disclosure. So
Gotcha.
it's not going to happen.
Would you consider, I know the case is all over, but we were going to go the pretrial diversion route.
I don't, what's the one?
It's,
Or what is it?
116. So I think.
Didn't we just see one denied, not yesterday or the day before? It was the same thing.
Never applied, Judge.
I know, but didn't we see one yesterday denied that was on the same thing? It was like, it was a 16 and there was an accident, remember?
I do not recall. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Have you seen a similar, ATI around some of the ones that?
Plus, the case is 260 days old, you know, I mean, so just advising that it's probably not going to.
I'm not sure if the DAC was in that situation.
So
I think it might have
here,
been like a 0.2.
okay, so here we go.
No, it was definitely under a 0.2.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can check my email actually.
And his insurance already paid the company. I mean, Judge, I can get a mitigation package.
We'll just ask him about these guys.
Here, so I was looking, you know, because he's worried about.
The non-disclosure.
Because of the accident, he's not eligible for a non-disclosure.
So, well, what he would theoretically. We pull it back, Sean. I'll be right back. What's that out there? So you already tried to.
We didn't apply for it. We thought we were going to do the time served.
So I mean, he would require mediation. I know we're getting all this information on it, but he was required mediation, because of the accident.
We had one yesterday, though, that was very similar to this one. It was denied. It was like,
Pulling that
I
one
didn't
up
say
right now.
it
Just
was
trying to see what
16
the
as well.
password.
I mean, take a look, because if it's, you know, an endeavor in futility, then I don't, you know.
The one that was denied yesterday was a single vehicle accident, but his BAC was a 0.247.
Oh, no, it's a different one.
Oh, okay.
It's this one. It was a fatal accident, major accident, excuse me.
with a 0.12 days. And it looks like on this one, the plan's insurance, it's being covered anything, we weren't entirely sure.
Oh,
That's
that
supposed to be
was,
the
you know
denial.
what, that was actually Marcos's case.
Yes, that's the one I was.
And I think that we gave him an extra couple of days because
Insurance.
he did. Marcus is saying that he did.
Seeing if we can appeal it for that reason.
Yeah, it was they're working on.
Right.
He did have insurance, allegedly. I didn't think so. We set it for like Monday.
I'm trying to remember Brock's case, Your Honor, because that was denied.
That was another one that was saying, I mean, we're getting so many denials now. It's like,
So here, he actually got a letter from his insurance company if they paid off.
my issue though, it's that we're set for trial.
Right.
It's 260 days. It's something that like,
And we've talked about some discovery issues that we're having as well with the fence.
if you want to apply, I will give you until Monday to have absolutely everything. It's 260 days. I mean, it's not fair to get like, because
We'll run for that. I can get a mitigation back in about, I don't know if I'll get an answer from them by Monday.
well, no, but I want it at 100% completely in, or he pleads on Monday. But it's 260 days old. I'm not,
I understand it.
and it should have been, so is that what you want to do?
Yes, Jim.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, in the previous case that was denied, Your Honor, there was a, that was.
Is this one a major?
Prior, so dismissal, the pretrial, there was several arrests.
Well, that's silly. I mean, come on.
And so it doesn't appear that.
Is this a major accident or is this
There was, no accident.
oh, there's an accident.
Yes, there was.
Oh,
an
this one,
accident.
yes.
Major or minor?
He hit a Metro bus that continued driving, and then the other vehicle that was crushed into had minor damages.
I don't know what you guys consider major, I guess. That's the,
It's always.
Yeah, I think it's done by what they could call is on the day of the.
okay, you have until Monday. But absolutely everything. I mean, down to the letter. I mean, everything notarized, everything, dotted, crossed, just insurance, everything.
Gotcha.
All right?
Thanks for the update.
You got it. Yeah.
Motion on Albert Brown, it's an arraignment and a motion to sub.
All right, come on. You ready? Bring your client.
Was it filed today, Council?
Page 6.
Motion to sub, I think we filed here yesterday. But it's been filed a while ago, wasn't it? I think it just recently.
I think it makes a little time.
It's already a round.
Yeah. Those were taxes.
I think it's already, Eric's already.
Okay, just making sure my notes just said motion.
morning.
You're Alfred Brown.
I am.
If you're facing an assault causing bodily injury, you're facing up to a year in jail.
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I believe this is an interference with
I'm
the
sorry,
public
right,
service.
I'm looking.
Yeah, and that's not.
Yes, you're right. Interference with the duties of a public servant. 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine.
Quiet.
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On March 11th, 2025, at approximately 1:21 p.m., the officer observed a vehicle speeding at 48 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone, and a temporary tag that came back as expired as of March 3rd, 2025. A traffic stop was initiated. The defendant stopped in the middle of the road, and the officer signaled for the defendant to pull over to the nearest parking lot. The defendant opened the driver's side door and attempted to step out. She became hostile and then was yelling and cursing. The defendant was giving commands to walk in front of the officer's patrol vehicle. Since the defendant was not complying with commands to get back inside the vehicle, the defendant then walked partially to the back of their car, and the officer detained the defendant and began actively resisting. The defendant was given multiple commands to place their hands behind their back, and the defendant continued to pull away and tense on the officer's attempt to walk them back to the car. The defendant then locked onto the door to prevent the officer from placing handcuffs. The defendant was taken to the ground where they continued to resist. The defendant was tased after giving repetitive commands and not complying. The defendant was then successfully placed into handcuffs, and it was later learned that the defendant had an unloaded firearm in their vehicle and was identified by their Texas driver's license.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run the license, please? Make sure it's eligible.
There is no driver's license on file, Your Honor.
Yeah, and I have it eligible. My driver's license is valid.
Unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, you're not allowed to drive. That's a condition of your bond. That's the only condition I'm going to put on you. Just when you get into a pissing match with someone with power of arrest, who's going to win? Don't say anything. It's a rhetorical question, but really, people have been shot for far less. You got to be careful in this life. You only get one. You know what I mean? Really?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm not, like I said, the only condition is just drive with a license and insurance. You've got lawyers, so they'll take care of you because you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with them. They'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court.
Yes,
If they tell me just hold on. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, if you take off, you pick up a new case, I am going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Just be nice. It's not hard. All right?
Yes, sir.
I'll have you sign a receipt, Victoria. We'll have you take a seat while I get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you're free to go.
Right this way.
Can you file that, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you see the difference between the two FGI cases?
I do.
Did you saw it? I know, but I'm saying there's thorough investigations and then there are less than thorough, you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead and sign the step, please.
And we can file this.
And it's, I'm sorry,
We did file this.
it's nothing on you, but
No, I
I'm, you know,
understand.
just,
Happy to do the jury box and maybe pretty comfortable.
Right, Judge, I think I was in the building, yes, I know your mind.
Is that you? Can you some small permit and have it effective?
hey, Vic, I granted both of these, but before Reynolds takes off, I can get off it.
Post-jubilation is just.
Sorry, don't put it in. I'm feeling published. Okay. Okay, so I tried to remember the brief on the same line. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't have that. I recall there was a bench over the.
Mr. D, you ready?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Come on. Is this a true first?
It is, Your Honor, yes.
You are Luis Racinos.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Racinos, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 12 months. As part of this agreement, you will do a DWI education class, a okay, no victim impact family, I guess, no, okay. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. They may assess more conditions, they may assess no other conditions. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 20 hours of community service. Substance abuse treatment as recommended by the TRAS. These are the conditions for you to successfully complete this probation. If you complete it, regardless, you need to understand that this DWI is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases you pick up. Because this is going on your record and you get caught in a car driving, cop pulls you over, you have the faintest smell of alcohol, they see this DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you're taking a huge risk. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it goes on your record. It's going to be there forever. Like I said, you give up this right to appeal. Now, on this probation, no drugs, no alcohol for an entire year. If we find that you're using, if you don't do your community service on time, if you fail to do your class on time, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail and bring you back out, and we're going to have a hearing to determine whether you violated this probation. You're looking at 180 days if you do. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you still want to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Before we leave, can you run his license to see whether he...
Yes, I can do that right now.
Oh, I can't work with just a
It is currently suspended for ALR.
Right. That's what I figured. Your license currently is suspended because of the administrative license revocation hearing. You are not allowed to drive. So if you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you understand? So you're going to have to get someone else to drive the car home for you. Because you don't have a license now, we will require you to obtain a portable device that you're going to take with you to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol while you're on this probation. So let's make it a condition that he get his license back. Now I'm adding on another condition that you need to get your license back. It's not hard. I think all you have to do is just pay a reinstatement fee. Okay. That's it. So it's not difficult, but you need to do that. And if you don't, if you start driving on this probation, you don't have a license, you're looking at 180 days. So don't just drive. You need to ensure that your license is valid with DPS. Once you pay that reinstatement fee, it takes 2 to 3 weeks just to get back in. So don't just start driving once you pay it because it's not reflected in the system. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck, bud.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. Thank you, City.
Keeping his line, Judge?
You can wait a minute.
Wait,
Marcos.
How are you, Judge?
Hey, bud. How are you?
Good. I've got a couple cases I need to approach on. First one, Pereira, P-E-R-E-I-R-A. We submitted the PT application. She's done the TRS. She was approved today.
Okay.
So
Give you a couple weeks.
perfect. And then the other one, kind of the same situation, well, similar situation, is Caballero, C-A-B-A-L-L-E-R-O. We submitted the application where I talked to my office, actually, which I guess I didn't realize. I didn't realize we needed mitigation, but my office did.
I have here that we've been working on mitigation for the last 3 months.
3 months.
Since December 10. working on mitigation.
He submitted this morning. It's submitted.
Mitigation packet though?
Submitted this morning.
Everything.
I do have the note, it's in, they submitted it to Ashley for this guy.
Great. So let's set it off a week.
Like, not that,
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure the
No,
mitigation
sure.
packet is in.
Yes.
Okay, Brent, as long as it's in, I'm happy.
It was in this
Let's
morning.
Set it off a week, see if I
Okay.
to get a response.
Can I waive his appearance, Mr. Caballeros? Okay.
So, no, but hold on. If he's approved, he needs to be here at the next setting so we can send him for a TRAS. Because he's
I
not,
think he's done the TRAS.
Caballero,
Caballero, Caballero.
page 8.
Yes, he's from.
Yes, he's already done. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then we'll waive it. That's
Okay.
great. You know, it's approved, then we'll give you like another couple weeks to get the interlock.
Okay, perfect. And then I will have a plea for you on Hernandez Perez.
We're doing a play on that now?
Yes, we just need the interpreter, so not yet. I'll ask Victoria.
Okay,
Okay.
she's calling.
Perfect.
Okay.
I turned it in. So.
Or I have already done that one. Out. March 25.
Well, it's kind of when we had, but when they would get the family. And it was big almost. Then it, yeah.
Edwin Caballero.
So you have to do one day. So if he's gonna do concert, tell them they have to be 3 people, because we only need 3. Because technically he was arrested, bonded out the same day, so they only count one day.
Gonzalez.
Yes. Oh, okay, I did the first one. Yeah.
Are you still missing the stuff?
We're waiting on video and it's not over for that. I'm watching this off.
And then just. Okay, what that means. Okay. And it's also possible sometimes things just happen. I'm going to say that that's going to be happening. Okay. Or no, good.
I do forever. Because you are
That's where the VA's I really do.
Yeah, at this point. Okay. Good. I just don't want to do. No, that's fine. I get it later. Just. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not me, but like. Okay. Awesome. This goes. Yeah. I know you're good. Yeah, I'm straight. It's just slow.
Timothy Reynolds.
It's not. It's also. Council for reset. And so maybe that's things we like. Jen just wants to travel with her. So that's what other stations. No, it's going to be process outward as it works. Something and we're doing where Judge, you'll just. It's just how he wants to track it and will. So that's the almost consistent. But we'll extra just.
Yeah.
Council for reset. Oh, okay.
Oh, is Amy waiting on him? Oh, sorry.
Oh, and there's the bond conditions for Alfred Brown and.
Got it. Hi. Come on in.
I'm going to ask for a reset and they're suggesting I may need to approach on it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Of course.
Let me attach to it.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Bennett,
I'll see you're on bond.
I don't know, actually, it's Sonia's case. She's ill today and had emailed for a reset and didn't get it. So I just want to move her 1 week so she can be here.
He is on bond, Judge.
Yeah, I see it now. Is he supposed to be here today? Do you know?
I can see you.
No, it's waived today. Okay, I'll give him a week. The defendant must be here at the next setting.
I'll let her know.
It's 200 days, so do you have an offer?
No, I have not placed an offer on the case yet, but I will do so.
Please do so. So at the next setting, Mr. Bennett must be here to, accept, or we'll set up a trial. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. Have all the online.
Oh, you're so today.
March 25. Let me know. Every time what I said, so let me know.
This is what you want. Judge.
Roberto, Marcos needs you for a plea. Let me call him. Hold on. Do I know you?
I exist. I had a fantastic, first of all, you look like Christmas today.
Thank you.
I had a fantastic spring break, so I'm just like,
Did you go anywhere? Disney?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
I know what you're thinking.
What?
So my brother is one of the addiction psychiatrists. He's the addiction psychiatrist at Camp Lejeune.
Oh.
So
great.
yes, I can't really go to Camp Lejeune, but Camp Lejeune's it's North Carolina, and it's got a huge base, and there's a whole lot of beaches. We didn't go to Outer Banks, but there's just beautiful beaches. Apparently, if you live in the East Coast or like Philly or, up there, when you go.
Beaches what, south?
The North Carolina beaches?
Myrtle Beach is what, South Carolina?
Where? That's South Carolina. That's pretty close though. That's pretty close, but it's like more of a spring break. This was more like adults and families, and it was just so nice, You're like, oh.
Four Seasons too.
Anyway, so it was a lovely touch. Do you have a good break, or were you working?
No. One of these years, one of these months I'll go.
Put North Carolina on your list. It's a great place. Okay, Judge, I'm here in Dustin, Eli. Just kind of wanted to check in. His felony is set for May 12th. And the reason being is the blood results. I've been tracking sort of the evidence on that. And
have we done a TRAS?
I mean, when you say that, do you mean a recent one?
When was the last TRAS that we did?
The last TRAS was before he pled, recommended
Residential?
Satif, and then you wanted Satif, and he didn't, and then he got out, and then he picked up this case.
So I'm going to do that now.
Like a new one?
Our TRAS, it's only good for a year though, right? So when was that? So we have until this October to still use this for a SAT. Okay, I want to do that.
You want to do one?
SAT. No.
Oh,
We'll
that's
keep
like,
it because it's saying that he needs residential treatment. He
I know.
obviously needs it.
I'm just checking in with you because it's a farther court date. It's May. And I haven't confirmed with the attorney up there, but based on my understanding of all the discovery I reviewed, it's just they're waiting on the results. And it was a bunch of accidents, so there's some ribs and meds.
Okay.
So do you want to wait for those results and then wait till after the felony?
I don't want to time out though. So we need to do something so that we don't time out and lose it. So I need.
Yeah, was on probation October 15th of last year, so.
I want him to go to SAT. He needs to go to SAT. We can't just, and I have no idea what the felony court, but my fear is that they just up and nothing happens up there. And so that's why I don't want to just kick this because if something, because I don't know what happened in the case upstairs, but if it gets dismissed for one reason or the other, and then we just unsat term him here, then we've really just.
Yes, but can we wait for the blood results so that we have a better idea of what they're thinking, or some rips? Like.
I can't put him in SATF anyways. While he's got the open case.
You can't, well, you could, but he wouldn't go. You could, but yes, he wouldn't.
So let's do that. I want to order him to go to SATF. We'll just wait for the felony case to play out. Whatever they do is just irrelevant, but we'll still put him in the residential. Yeah, so, and then we'll wait.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't take another year, right?
They're close. Like they're working on it. I think they have one of the rips done. They've got.
It's only been 4 months.
It's felony.
Yeah, I know. And I know how busy they are upstairs. I'm just.
Should I have him sign an indications now or wait until?
No, let's do it now. Just there's no, I mean, why delay the inevitable, right?
So if we sign the amended conditions, do we dismiss the MHA? Do you see what I'm saying?
But just make sure everything's done right so it doesn't fall through the cracks, please.
I try to become inside.
I just don't want to kill him.
And Judge, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Cheyenne. Ready? Hi.
May I approach Judge?
Sure.
I'm approaching on laws,
Okay. Jail on bond.
a bond.
See, I would, is that all? Wait, hold on, this is a.
So this case is older. Oh, sorry. This case is older. He had a BVR and he was supposed to be here today.
Is he not here?
He is not here, Judge.
No, there's no, it's 1,260 days.
Well, he was originally set for Thursday. I asked my office to relay the message to him, and I had to release that employee yesterday. So I don't know if he got that message. Yes. Yeah. So if we can get until tomorrow or Thursday, just because I don't know that he actually got the message to be here today.
That's why you fired him?
Well, among other things.
I don't want to be responsible for that.
Right. I don't want his warrant, him to get a warrant when it's not, when he didn't know to be here today because he thought he had court on
So what do
Thursday.
you want, tomorrow?
Tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday was the original date?
Correct.
Okay, so I guess we'll move to Thursday.
Okay.
Hey, laws, SFPF Thursday, but if he doesn't show,
I think he was already SFVF for Thursday anyway because the case is so old. Okay, understood, Judge. Thank you.
are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Did I call my client?
Rivas.
No.
Hernandez.
No, sorry.
Hernandez Perez. Hernandez?
I'm not ready to.
Oh, not on mine?
No.
Oh, sorry. Perdón, toma asiento. Un segundito.
I guess you just don't leave, please. Guys. Hi, bud.
Approaching on Reynolds, I think, reapproaching on PC, I believe. He's over here on a possession of marijuana. She said you wanted to reapproach, so that's what it seems awfully fishy. I'm not sure why they detained him for FSGI. I do not understand that.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a valid claim for an FSGI because someone says that there's a guy barreling through a neighborhood, hits a bunch of cars, takes off. We have someone that puts him there, right? That says it's him. My concern is that they say they accept charges for FSGI, right? But we only have a POM.
I understand.
I don't get it.
I understand. That makes no sense to me either.
So what I did was I found probable cause for now. I'm going to give them another couple days to figure out what happened. Why was it a glitch in the system?
Just for what it's worth, according to my client, he was on scene. He wasn't away from the scene. He was by his car when they were arrested.
Way away from the accident.
Well, the accident happened and the car went forward and hit something. Anyway, it's okay. But
show me.
Either he's FSGI and they can prove that he belonged to that marijuana, or they can't prove that he
So
belonged to that marijuana.
let's do this.
That's fair.
Why don't we set it for a formal probable cause?
That's fair.
Days. You pick it. I don't care.
Next week, okay?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
And then that gives them enough time to also look into why.
Gotcha.
What happened with the FSG? Why is it not?
That sounds fair.
In the interim, though, come up.
Mr. Reynolds?
You tell me he doesn't have a license, right?
It is not eligible, Your Honor.
I have here that he's trying Uber or something like this.
That's correct. That's my
You
understanding.
can't drive. You don't have a Texas driver license, right?
Come over here.
No. It's a yes.
Do you have a valid Texas driver's license?
Yes, as far as I was aware.
They're looking into the Texas.
I understand what that just says,
It's
sir.
not valid.
Right.
So you don't have a license.
I understand that now, sir.
You can't drive.
I understand that,
Don't
sir.
drive.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I'm going to lose it. I'm telling you now, I will put you in. Because all I'm asking you to do is follow the law. I'm not asking much. If I find that you're driving, and I don't care what your excuse is, I don't care if it's a burning building and you have to say 50 kittens, I'm going to lose it. You will be signing a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're going to promise me that you're not going to drive. Do you understand? It can go really sideways if you do. All you need to do is contact DPS to figure out what you need to do to get your license back. I'll even give you the phone number. Let me stick
I already have that information.
Oh, there it is. I always
Yellow,
use-
you want blue? He's gonna give it to you. Just let him give it to you. Call me this afternoon and we'll figure out why it's not valid.
So this is the number to the driver's license division, the DPS. When you call them, call at 7 in the morning. Don't call at 9, at 2, at 1:53. You'll never get through. You have to call when the phone lines open up, give them the number and ask them why it's no good, and they'll tell you.
I need the SR-22.
Oh, well, there you go. Then you know why.
Oh.
Almost, I was just working at Uber every day, so I didn't know.
So you can't do that. Don't worry. You don't need to say anything else. He's got it figured out.
So, Mr. Reynolds, do not drive. Do you understand?
Sort it out.
And you need car insurance before you drive too.
Oh, we'll fit. Okay. We're gonna be back next week, so we can answer like just next week. Or between next week, I'll answer them. All right, gotcha. Hopefully you can get that sorted out. Come back, that thing says eligible, you'll be good to go. All right? Then he'll lift that restriction, I think is what he's saying.
Okay, come on up, Mr. Reynolds. We'll have you sign this and then you'll be free to go.
Did you also have Mr. Jones in the back? But it looks like y'all are ready for a plea here, which I'll, glad you stepped aside.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, all right.
Well, hi, Lori. You ready?
Here's Mr. Rivas.
Good morning, Mr. Rivas. So you're charged with criminal trespass of a habitation, a shelter, superfund infrastructure. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 27 days in jail with credit for the 9 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir? You need to understand that this is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 9 days in jail. I'm sorry, 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do? All right, how do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty, sentence you to it. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Maybe should be ready, Judge.
I guess I lost Dan.
Hernandez Perez.
Okay. Hernandez Perez, come up. Is this one that was no PTI? Denied? Mr. Hernandez Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day. You need to understand that this DWI is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You ever get pulled over and you smell like alcohol, an officer will see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. And if you're not in this country with permission, you go to jail for even more than 4 hours. Immigration will get you. If you want to get lit, take an Uber. It's a lot cheaper. Do you understand? After today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So no more slaps on the wrist after today. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, like I said, it'll go on your record. You can never change it. Is this what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty.
Declarado fenomenalmente intoxicado, culpable o no culpable. Sí, culpable o no culpable. Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you will come back here with a new case. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Mark. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Hi, come on.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here on Hugo Castañon Martinez.
That
under the first one?
It should be under Castañon Martinez, Castañon, I believe, Judge. I have the cause number if the court needs.
No, it's not.
It's detained.
Okay, what's the cause number?
2536126.
Martinez.
Martinez, okay, very well. I will know that next time, Judge.
Sure. Is he in jail?
He's in jail, Judge. And that's why I would like to, there are two issues, Judge. The first one is simpler. We're still waiting for discovery. I spoke with Sister Counsel and there's still Wayland's video. The other one, which is the most important one to us, we filed a writ with the court today. Basically, we're alleging that he posted the bond in the county, in this case, and for some reason, he's not being released. He was at some point, and we're doing this pro bono.
What's the last name? Let's figure out why it didn't happen. It's weird.
And also, Judge, he was transferred at some point to immigration, and we approached the court, and he has a bond in immigration, but he has been unable to post it because every time.
Hold on, let's figure it out. What's the last name? Who is it?
Martinez.
Martinez.
The same guy? Or is it a different Martinez?
No, it's the same case, Judge, same case.
So Hugo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, hold on, let's see. Bond is made in our court.
Yes, sir. And he's still here.
Joe, so I show an immigration, the first immigration detainer was placed 12/13/24. I show a hold date lifted of 12/16, so 3 days later they lift it. A second immigration detainer was placed 1/24/25. I don't show a lift date. And then a third immigration detainer was placed January 31st, and I don't show a lift date on that either.
And Judge,
what do you show? Martinez. I don't know. I don't understand.
They have been playing, someone, I don't know who, has been playing with him like a ping pong ball between here and immigration. And what's interesting is that he has a bond set in immigration that his family has tried to pay twice, but because he has been moved here, he's not under the custody, they cannot pay it.
The immigration piece from January 31st. The other two immigration ones from December 2024 and January 24th. That one was lifted, but the newest one hasn't been lifted. So that's filed under a different agency.
Is it possible that if he gets sent to immigration, then he can make the bond?
Yes, that's what we need, because that's the only reason why the family has not been able to pay the bond, because every time they try to pay the bond, he has been transferred here.
I have no idea why immigration has not come pick him up, because he has made bond here. Normally, when they make bond here, immigration will come and pick him up and take him. I don't know why that's not happening.
And Your Honor, with all due respect, as we are doing the motion, I can come back tomorrow. I would like the court to take the opportunity, because we cite some case law. The fact that there is a whole place, as we argue in our motion, there's no reason to keep someone detained over 48 hours.
So you have an immigration bond?
I have the evidence that the immigration judge granted him a bond that has not been paid, because they tried twice to pay it. But unfortunately, because he's not under the jurisdiction.
Let me do this. Just hold. Let me take care of them. Don't leave. Let me call the court manager's office after this. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get them out of here, because they've been waiting ever so patiently. And then, because yours, I didn't realize it'll take as long. Okay.
We got Mr. Callahan for a plea.
Okay.
Leon Callahan. Come on up, sir.
What was the last name on this one?
Callahan.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Callahan.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. This is a plea. It's a plea of guilty. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. It's important because if you get pulled over, officers see this, they come up to your car, they smell alcohol, it's probably not going to go well for you. And what we're doing today, time served, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail after today. Do you understand? Yes. It's a true first.
Double check. I believe it is your own, but.
The other thing that you need to understand is that DWI is extremely big business in Texas, meaning that there's a $3,000 surcharge that tacks onto you when you have a case like this. And if you don't pay it, you sit 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe. We all make mistakes, and I'm going to waive that for you today. But if you continue to make the same mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, it just gets so much worse. A second DWI, $6,000 surcharge. Do you understand? All right. We all make mistakes. Just don't make another one. You know what I mean? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. It's going to go on your record. Is this what you want to do? All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I also have to suspend your license. I will suspend it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Please say the third. That way. Dave. Yeah.
Did you also have Mr. Jones, Dantes Jones? He's in the back. He picked up it looks like. I don't know if you want to talk to him or not.
Let me see.
He's got a theft case, a trespass case, and then he picked up a PCS recently. He was on bond for the other two. Looks like you revoked his bond, so set him at 2501 too.
I don't need to. I mean, they didn't give him anything out. I'm good with whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I mean, he picks up one case, then he picks up another case. He's out on who knows where, and now he's picked up a third case. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to give a PR bond.
I think you consider reducing the bonds. His felony bond is $1,000 or $2,500 here. I would think that would be a sufficient amount, 1,000 on each of them. I don't know that he can make either of
Hey,
those.
what do you think?
Judge, we'd ask for you to keep him how it is, got out of jail on the next day, pick up the case.
Let's do this, Dane. I'll let Tony come back and we can.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'm always, we'll talk.
Fair enough.
He makes bond and then, okay.
You guys, thanks, Judge.
And then whatever day you want,
I'm just probably going to do it the same day as felony or the day after.
yeah, okay. Treya. Hey.
I spoke with the client and he wants to set it for a hearing. So a couple things. There are some technicals. Do you guys want to wait for
I'm sorry. What case?
Destin Eli? Eli. So it's an MRP and the allegations are some failure to appear. And there's also a new DWI. But what would y'all like to go on?
He just doesn't want to sign to go to, he never did. He's never wanted to go, and that's a problem because it is a problem and he just refuses to like
And I
accept
have
it.
admonished him that if you find the allegations true, you can
You're good regardless.
you can sentence.
He tried it.
And what I did tell him that he could be sentenced to state of either way, and he says, right.
So I'll talk to him here in a second. Let me talk.
Sure.
Morning, guys.
Hey, give me a second. I've got Miss Hawkins have been waiting. Give me 2 seconds. Jillian.
Morning, Judge.
Hey,
I have Miss Taylor in custody.
what's the last name?
Taylor.
Okay.
She went into custody yesterday.
Yes,
After,
she's not here today.
Okay.
She's still in processing. I was going to talk to you about that today, but I was going to see if we could go get her, but it's just impossible.
Okay. Can we
So-
address her bond with her not being there?
Say it again.
Can we address her bond with her not being there?
I want to talk to her,
Okay.
but I'm with you for tomorrow though.
Okay.
Okay. I'm really with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you talk to Blaze about the case? Did he?
I did yesterday afternoon.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Filing dismissal. You're.
Oh, you're dismissing it?
Yes.
You're dismissing it right now, Jillian.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
So I had someone else on docket. It's Ms. Bledsoe. The case is pretty old.
On bond or in jail?
On bond.
Okay.
Last setting, we reset it for the state to just eval. It's been a trial case pretty much since day one. I'm ready to set it. I'm not sure if the state is ready, but it's just, that's where it's headed. I see they've talking to the complainant again, so.
Do you have any opinion on Bledsoe?
I am looking right now.
Sure.
I actually need to talk through all this as well.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have reached out to the complainant, just confirmed her story once again. I've shared all my notes with defense on this case. And then also she reached out to me as well, stating that the defendant has been reaching out to her through, so I believe they have mutual, the father of their children is the same person, the defendant and the complainant. She's been reaching out to her through his email, and he's currently incarcerated. I explained to her, there's no way that we can really prove that it's the defendant, but she wanted me to make the court aware that it's something that has been happening.
Yes.
I guess, Jillian, I'm going to put on the docket so I can admonish her.
Okay.
Tell me what day is good for you, and then we'll do it.
Any day next week except Monday.
Okay. Tuesday, top of 4.
Yeah.
We can, Tuesday must appear.
Okay.
Is there an offer in the case? Did you put an offer?
Yes, Judge, there is a 120-day offer on the case.
Have you eval up for trial?
Yes, Judge. I looked at it.
Is it good for trial?
I think we would take it.
Okay. So, did you hear that, Jillian? Alfred's trial?
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
they put that so-called offer on there a while
We'll
ago.
come, I guess we'll bring your Tuesday, we'll talk, and then we can set it then.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
That's it. Thank you, Judge.
thanks, take care.
Alfred Brown. I heard that.
Okay, Dustin.
So, one issue, as far as the GPS monitor and all that, they gave him a new device just now. They said it was a charging issue. They plugged it in, it would charge for a second, stop charging. He has a brand new one they just put on this morning. Now, the drug test issue.
Violation that he's out at 3 a.m.
Well, no, it's not that he's out, is that that's when it reconnected. So but they gave him a brand new device. So if they're saying there was an issue where they changed the device out and there's not a tamper on it, it just said it was not receiving. They didn't say it was that he was out and about, it said it wasn't receiving, and they started receiving again. That's at least the report that I saw. It's not like they were tracking him other places. But as far as resolution of the case, I did talk to him and he is interested in participating in DWI court. And I know because we talked about that last week, and I had visited with him on that this morning.
Says here on 3/11/24, GPS device generated a failed to enter alert at 10:15 p.m. At 11:46 through 3:02, GPS device was in no GPS no cell status and was unable to be monitored during that time frame. Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
So that's not when it arrived home. That's when it started charging again. Because it's not a geolocate. I mean, as far as I'm understanding, it's a GPS shows where he is.
I'm going to be honest, Your Honor, that would be a question for pre-trial.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's pointed to the client, not to you.
Okay, I was like,
Saying out and that he's out in the middle of the night.
I don't think they're saying that. What they're saying is that it's received a no signal.
Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
Where was he before that?
Huh?
You don't know where he was before that. He was at home. It just wasn't charging.
You have.
That's the way I'm reading it.
Do you have? You have the idea of where he is?
Check, I don't see any notes from the case manager, and then, at 10:05, I see on the report, it's showing that he's not at his home location. So I think that would be the fail to enter. And then there was the portable violations as well that were added. But again, from what we discussed earlier, I don't, necessarily have to go forward.
Portable the violation in what respect?
They sent an email yesterday from the supervisor that was here earlier stating that there were additional.
Did Anthony send that?
No, it would be from Cody Pittman.
I can't see.
This specific one is from Luis Galvan.
So I also have here, the client was also instructed to obtain a portable alcohol testing device, comply with all testing protocols, refrain from alcohol consumption, and comply with all routine equipment service. The defendant failed to provide breath samples, scheduled times, resulting in 13 skips from 2/7/25 to 3/17 of 25. So he's still skipping tests. Come up, Mr. Jones. I just don't get it. I truly don't. It's over and over and over. You are still skipping tests. And I don't know what it is and what I need to do to get you to comply with bond conditions. You're still skipping tests. I mean, I have no other choice. I now have to revoke your bond again.
Well, then let's do a plea then.
Huh?
Let's plea it.
I agree with, and I'm okay, but I'm gonna tell you now that I want to have him TRAS'd immediately to see how we go forward.
Well, Judge.
You know,
Okay.
just. All I want you to do is not kill anyone, man. That's all I want, really, I'm not asking for much. You have, since day one in our court, have repeatedly refused to comply with bond conditions over and over and over. And I'm not doing a plea to where he can just get out and just do, and so you scare me.
So how do we resolve, Judge?
Huh?
So how do we resolve it?
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the correct thing to do would be probation.
Okay.
But I would like to have him TRAS'd while he's in there. And I have a feeling I know what the TRAS is going to say, and that's what I would like to do.
Okay. I would request you to set a bond.
Of course.
It's just costing him money, Judge. Already it's costing him is his family money.
So it's okay to just skip tests?
No, it's not. It's a test, but I'm saying
It's a skip. I might just be asleep, but I'm not trying to skip me wrong. I swear to God.
just stop talking. Yeah, you don't,
Sure.
just stop.
Okay, he goes, and it's literally, the minute he gets out, we have bond violations over and over and over. Now, what are we now, day what?
The court wanted to be made aware of the presumptive results.
What did he test positive for?
THC, Suboxone, Oxy, and benzodiazepines.
You tested positive for OxyContin?
Yes, Judge, presumptively positive. It's being sent to the lab for the test.
What I had envisioned, what I think is probably do like a 2-year probation. I want to do like maybe 10 days as a condition, do an immediate TRAS. We'll get it done today, tomorrow, and we'll see what the TRAS says. And I'm going to go with what the TRAS says. If the TRAS says, and I promise you, Dustin, I will do what if the TRAS says that IOP, SOP is the proper course, then I'll do it.
Okay.
But if they say residential, I think that's, I want to follow what the TRAS says because I think that's the proper one.
I don't think you can take it. I just don't think you'll take it if it's residential.
Then I have a jury waiting right now.
You said the same thing. I mean, let's just see what it says. Let's try to get a quick TRS done.
For sure.
How quick are you?
So do you want to do the probation?
Yeah, let's do probation. Judge.
Okay, let's do it.
My new kid.
Okay, Blaze, you let me know.
Yes. On this is.
Jones, probation.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we had offered the probation on first, so, yeah, it's TRS.
So,
Okay.
so probation,
2 year.
TRS conditions.
2 year.
Okay.
I want to do 10 days as a condition. That way I can get the TRAS done now immediately while he's in. And then I'm going to follow whatever the TRAS says. Are you dad?
Yes.
How are you?
Fine.
Thank you so much for coming.
Can I say something?
First, go with Dustin first, because I don't want you to say something that really, just please. Yeah, you guys can talk and then later on, if it's, then, yeah. Thanks, Dustin. All right, come on up.
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Hi.
We're doing a plea.
Okay. Do you, no more? Okay. Robert Moore coming up. Hey, Ms. Phillips, your case has been dismissed.
Judge, I know my case has been dismissed. I just wanted to check on an order to remove the Scram and GPS monitoring device, if we need to do that.
Let's go to 49 of the dismissal paperwork has been.
Yeah, I already signed the dismissal, so he has to go to 49 and they'll take everything off.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Okay?
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care. All right. Good morning, Mr. Moore. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. I'm sorry. You're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll roll your court costs. Mr. Butler.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'll try to do it next. Mr. Butler.
Yeah, I just need to reset on Mr. Yepes.
Yepes? It's 160. Sure. We'll give you whatever you want. But
Eval, I brought laptop, video. We had a little short meeting.
the next setting.
They're wanting another, sure.
Okay. Well, he'll be required at the next.
Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Hi. Ready?
Yeah, good to see you again.
What's up?
Judge, I'm here once again on Dasaki. If you recall, we were on PTI, trying to get an application in front.
Get it done?
Okay, the only thing that's missing right now is his insurance, and then we are submitting the application. I wanted to ask the court, is there a TRAS necessary?
No. Hold on a second. He's applying for PTI right now, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
because we've seen a lot more like denials. So I don't want you to do a TRAS until actual gets granted and at that point, yeah. But I mean, why can't he get the insurance right now?
That I asked him, he brought me like a whole slew of documents right now. He's here, present in court. He just did not have a copy of his insurance. That's the only thing missing. I know,
I'm rolling into tomorrow. I mean, what else can I do?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah,
recommend that he do
absolutely.
it, but we'll get that to you.
Sure, of course.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Take care.
You too, buddy.
Hi. Listen,
I have Kevin Geenan.
Gian
Geenan.
with the G?
Yes.
Okay. In custody or on bond?
On bond.
I see. Okay.
I was just able to get an offer of a online anger management course or a bit course and dismiss. So I was hoping for
How long do you want?
3 weeks for him to get it done. And
Because it's 180 now. We'll give you the 3 weeks. If he doesn't have it done, he's got to be here at the next setting. Okay? And let him know that I'm going to roll him day for day until he gets it done. We want him to get it.
Yes,
3 weeks.
we'll get it done.
Okay.
Thank you.
April.
Judge, good morning. I'm approaching a in custody case.
Okay, who?
He picked up a Randall, DVR.
You please.
Consent order.
She was actually at the law, and she couldn't take them long.
That's right.
I got it somewhere.
He's gonna want Randall.
Wow, he picked up a, what happened?
A burger, I think. All the others are dismissed.
We have the theft case. He's picked up a burglary with intent, right?
Right. But he had like 3 or 4 other felonies as well. Those were all dismissed. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, and I saw that because to be used in punishment for whatever happens here.
In here, in misdemeanor court?
In the felony court.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to revoke his bond as well.
Yes, Judge. I told him that those are
1,001. Okay. And just, I guess, keep me in the loop, whatever happens upstairs. Yeah. Counsel. Hi.
Kenneth Sager.
Okay. Get everything done?
Everything is done in the end. They denied the PTI.
Denied.
They did. So we're here to ask if we could get him a deferred on this. It's a class B, first offense.
Are you okay?
I'll go to the judge, Your Honor. I'll go back to the judge.
Why deny?
High bracket the next thing.
What's the high bracket?
It was.
2.21.
No priors?
No priors.
I'm okay with it, really. I have no problem, really. If that's what you'd like, yeah. So was there an accident?
Your Honor.
Okay, so just let him know he's not eligible for a non-disclosure. Okay, so just letting you know is from the outset. Okay, okay, yeah, just write up whatever whatever you think's appropriate.
Oh, I just haven't done.
Just the normal first. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You ready? Come on. Not yet. Not yet. We're close. Let's just get it.
Judge, how much time should you give for Dina?
3 weeks, whatever she wants.
I mean, will the record, or does it matter? Man?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, Judge, our argument in the writ is that even if there's a detainer, he shouldn't be held in custody over 48 hours. We cite some case law.
He's on bond. So I don't know what I can do to release him. And so when I was going to call the court manager's office, figure out why is he still being held? Because he's on bond. Why has immigration why have they not picked them up? And because I'm confused, I'm as much as confused as you.
Who's it talking about?
What's the name again?
Martinez?
Who? Martinez.
Because a bench warrant was requested. So Billy called him out this month because she was tuning in. And she says that he's here because we bench warrant him here. And that if y'all want him to go back, then we have to do a bench warrant return.
But my question is, and because that's why.
We bench warrant people here because people ask him to be bench warrant. We don't do it on our own, right? So someone has to ask us. So someone must have asked for the bench warrant.
I believe it's prior attorney because we're doing this pro bono because we were helping him with the immigration case, filed the bench warrant. But as far as.
We can do a return.
Yes, Judge, but as far as I know, like the court stated, he paid the bond, so there's no reason for him to be detained. I have no problem if he's returned. That's fine too. But it really is something that it seems to me that lately it's happening more than it should, and that's why we filed that writ.
What lawyers ask us to do with when these things happen. So if someone wants a bond revoked so that they don't go to immigration, we do it. If someone wants to have a bond so they can go to immigration, we do it. I always do what defense lawyers ask with regard to this. So
I'm unaware of that.
So someone asked them to be brought here. My feeling is so that they could take care of the case before he gets deported. That's what we normally do. So
I believe that was done before we were helping him with his immigration case.
So what we'll do now is we can send him back when he gets back to immigration. That way, guys, you can make the bond.
He already has a bond. Yeah.
And I won't revoke it here. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is that when you do make the bond over there, bring him here so we can do conditions.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll just keep it open until you guys are ready. So just let her know to do the return and then I don't know how long it'll take to get it like back, but,
That's why we filed the writ, Judge.
hey, Vic, when we do the return to go back there, how long does it take to get them back?
I mean, they're here pretty often, so I mean, I'm sure in a week, they'll be back.
Yeah, and he should be detained for more than 48 hours because usually if not, that's why they're released.
But unless there's other circumstances, and when there's an immigration detainer, it's not us that's technically holding him, it's the immigration.
That's why we are in the motion, Judge. It's just, if the court could take a look whenever it has a chance, it would be
Sure.
good.
Yeah, but we'll do the return now so that we can just get him back.
Whatever is fast, that's fine because.
This is the fastest way.
Very well.
Do you want me?
Right?
Yes, to send them back, yes.
We can do that. Do you want me to put that application for habeas corpus in queue, the one that he's talking about?
But I don't know, like if I grant it, I mean, it's just.
Can I ask you just a favor, Judge? If the court just, I mean, I think whatever is faster, I'm fine with that because we already got a bond for him there, but if
I
the court
think
could
what
take.
she's saying is probably the fastest.
But if the court could also, whenever have a chance,
Take
take
a
a
look
look
at
at my motion, okay?
Okay.
And maybe it's
Let
just.
her know and then we'll get it done for you now today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Judge, is he's not gonna bond out. We're gonna reset it for she said she'd get it to TRS in a couple days. I got him, he wants to see what the TRS is gonna say if he recommends DWI court, because that's kind of what he wants to do. Pretty much I think he'd be more successful in DWI court. So let's get the TRS done.
In sober court, he just wants to be out so he doesn't have to be in custody, but the problem
this
is.
is gonna be, this is gonna be in your court.
It won't be in my court.
I understand that.
So
He's getting that done, but he's not bonding out. Dad's not bonding him out. I told him he needs to sit and have TRS done, and they can get it done. So I'm gonna reset us. What, 5 days, Tuesday, and we'll have TRS by then. He's not gonna bond out because that's we're not bonding out.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I don't want him on. I suggest I don't want.
I get it. I understand.
You know why.
I understand. I understand.
So, we'll do five reset for Tuesday next week, then they have TRS done by then.
Okay.
All
right.
Thank you, Judge.
Got it.
And I'll get the.
So we're not doing a plea today, but hold on. Dustin, come on up. I want you to know that if it says residential treatment and he's no, I mean, I'm setting this case for trial, right? And I'm not gonna.
Are all full straight probation?
I understand.
Okay, cool. I heard for.
No, he was asking.
No.
It's not legally, it's not legally possible.
My concern is that what I feel is gonna happen is when he does a TRAS, they're gonna say residential, and he's gonna say, I don't want to do residential, I want to be out. When we know, based on here, it just doesn't work when he's out. He does what he wants to do.
If he does,
To hell with the conditions.
if he doesn't want what the TRS recommends, then he'll take a jail sentence, and that's just what it is.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm not taking it. I'll send him for trial. I'm not taking, no, because this,
He'll plead to a jury and do jury punishment, and he'll get a jail sentence. Like,
you can do what you want.
he's not probation eligible for a jury. You can't force that probation. Let's say the TRS.
No, I think I can. I think I can. I mean, I'll look the code, but.
If I do jury punishment, you can't. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, I do jury punishment.
Sure.
You can't.
Sure.
But I'm not trying to. I'm just gonna TRS and see if we can get the help that you want. Yeah.
Dustin.
I know what, dude, we're on the same.
Giving him a jail sentence of 20 days, 30 days, 60 days solves nothing. It literally throws him out into the wolves and he's just going to pick up a felony DPI within the next 30 days, 60
Let's
days.
see what the TRS says and see what we can do.
I'm trying to help this kid, man.
I know you are.
And just a straight jail sentence it's within a year, he'll have a felony DPI.
I understand. And you know I understand. You know we're on this.
All right, so let's see what the TRAS says and it's pointless an argument. I agree. Let's just see what the TRAS says. We'll have from there.
Take care.
So
Judge, can you have them cancel the panel, please?
Hey, cancel the ban.
So Thursday. So we'll bring them up on Thursday, which one of the second. I have vandalism here.
On Kayla Jones, 25,004. Good morning, Ms. Jason.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 21 days in jail with credit for the 7 days that you've done.
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you understand?
Yes.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass, ma'am?
I'm guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Don't go back there. Thanks. All right. You're good. You done? Thank you.
Thanks, man.
You good to go down? Yes, he's done.
Judge, do you want to bring up Mr. Dealer?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I know, I'm gonna first open to.
Hey.
I have Ms. Salmaron on the docket, Celia Salmaron.
How's she doing?
She did a TRAS. It looks like they're recommending like the women's residential. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So the issue, Judge, she needs to be on a probation. She has 2 open PCSs currently.
No rush, really. That's probably the appropriate thing.
Okay, so her felony court date is March 28th. And the problem is that I just, so she has the old PCS, but she has a new one. And, you know, she's not going to be able to bond out. The felony court did give her bonds, but she's not going to be able to afford those. And
asking for
a trial date. My problem is, Judge, it could take months and months for them to get the lab back on the PCS. Or I can get a
Do they
reason.
have the last back? I mean, how long?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
Salmaron.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's an old case, Glenn, you're right. I didn't realize it's from May of last year.
It does appear that the labs are still pending.
Yeah, is it really going to take that long to get? I mean, how long do you think it'll take? Do we have any, are the labs back on the first case?
Yes, Judge, I think they are, because I think they're in connection with this DWI.
Have you evaled? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I mean, I was ready before she forfeited, so.
The labs are back on the second case.
It's the same case as our case. Yeah, I have no idea how long it takes to get labs back. You don't know?
No idea.
We have an offer in there. It's an old case. We can set it for trial today if that's what you want to do, Judge,
It's not
but
me, it's Connor. I'll do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. If you want to set it, I'm fine. If you want a little bit more time, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah,
You tell me, you're in the driver's seat.
I think that, so she has court next Friday. If we could get just a couple week reset, see what happens next Friday, see if they get the labs, and then if not, then we can.
And, perhaps have her see how long it'll take.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Ask
reach
someone else.
I'm gonna reach out to her felony attorney and then maybe the prosecutor, see if we can't work out something.
Global?
Yeah.
That or ask them, hey, how long does it take? If it takes 6 months to get a lab back, I mean, that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
I'm with you at that point. So
for the time being, I'll put an eval to do it for us.
For sure.
Next setting meeting.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
For sure. Morning, Mr. Eli. Coming up. How are you? I know you don't want to go into treatment, right? And I acquiesced to you last time. You asked me, please, I can get it done. Please don't let me do it. Don't put me in residential. Don't. And I listened. And what happened? No. Or, yeah, you caught a felony DWI, not. We put you on probation. A month and a half later, you pick up a felony DWI. So all this acting. So now, if this doesn't show that residential is the right thing, then I don't know what does. The only thing that we're trying to do is prevent death on our roads. That's the only thing, right? And somehow we have to get through these. Every other way that we've tried just doesn't work. This is the only other thing that we have left at our disposal. So if you want, we can just set it for a hearing. And if they prove to us that you have violated your probation, then we're going to amend your conditions to put you in residential treatment. We can do this any number of ways. We can have a full-blown hearing, or you can just sign the conditions. But if they prove it to me, that's what's going to happen.
I'm not signing the conditions.
Okay, so set it for a hearing, and then get the probation officer here, and then we'll see. And then they prove to me that you have violated your probation, then I'm going to amend your conditions. I'm not letting you go. Ever. Do you understand? I'm going to keep you until we get this straightened out, one way or the other. Okay. Understand? Okay, good. So I'm at your mercy when you want to set it. You want to do a week, we can set it in a week and then just have a hearing. It's just at the mercy of the probation officer, whatever they are best with. Okay? Hey, we need to stay on top of Mr. Jones to see if he bonds out.
Yes.
Okay, because I don't want this same thing to happen that happened last time this time. So I would say maybe like every day, let's look to make sure that.
Yes, Judge, and I'll leave the document, Yeah, maybe able to leave the bond conditions and ending.
No release without a GPS, prior to release. Oh, hey. Are you in DVD now?
I am, Judge. Yeah, it's going good. I'm just filling in for Sebastian today.
Okay.
Judge, I have Mr. Pedro Tejeda?
Tejada.
Hey, I'm terrible with these
You live in
names.
Texas.
I'm
Really?
awful with these names. I'm not gonna lie, Judge.
Okay. So it's a new case.
It's a new case.
Ready?
Yes.
Mr. Tejada, come up.
So ask her. I just.
Good morning, Mr. Tejada.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Complainant and defendant are in a former dating relationship. On 6/29, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a business in Harris County, Texas. Complainant entered the business, and when she exited and walked back to her truck, she observed the defendant there. Complainant believed defendant had followed her. Complainant said that defendant was intoxicated and started to insult her. Complainant stated defendant struck her on the left side of her face with a closed fist as she sat down inside of her truck, causing pain. Complainant stated she went after defendant as he entered his truck and grabbed his shirt. Complainant stated she was momentarily dragged as she held onto the defendant's vehicle.
So it was a hit to the face, you see?
Yes, Judge. We have not been able to arrest her yet. I will let you know that I was reading through the offense report. I don't know if this was mentioned to intake, but in the offense report, it does look like she was 4 months pregnant at the time and the defendant was aware. So this baby refiled as a felony. I'm not sure yet, but throw that right now.
Mr. Tejada, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of weapons. And I'm now entering what's called a magistrate order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Lopez Leiva as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you violate this court order, the state can and will probably file a violation of protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. It is one of the worst cases you can pick up, a violation of protective order. Do you understand?
Sir.
You pick up one of those, violate conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect my county. Any prior assaults against this person or?
No, Judge, this looks like it was the first one.
Okay. Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Parham. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case, I will issue a warrant for arrest. You get no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be randomly called upon to go take drug and alcohol tests. If you fail to go, then likewise a warrant for your arrest will be issued. I'll have you go sign a reset with Victoria. You'll sign the order for protection here. You'll get with police here for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Just,
Oh, is there no bond set?
well, no,
Oh,
it's
there
a
is.
bond set, Judge. With regards to the bond condition, I was wondering if we could amend those or have them reflect the no threat and harassing communication instead of no contact. They do.
They haven't been able to reach her.
They haven't, but the DA hasn't, but that she has spoken with her back. And she had spoken to the back and told her that she didn't want to proceed with the case. She would,
I don't know. I mean, if she's 4 months pregnant,
no, she's already had the child. They already have a child now. That's the only reason why I say now. Because
Yeah, this did happen back in June.
They do have a.
If,
Well, let's do this. I want to know, I mean, if that VAC was done, that VAC was done in 2024. I don't know anything recent. So until I know what she wants now, then, and if you could, facilitate, perhaps give a phone number, maybe that's something that can happen now. I don't know, but I like to follow the wishes of the complaining witness, and I don't know what her wishes are. If she doesn't want contact with you, then I'm gonna worry. If she does, then we can revisit it at that time. But understand, for this instant, no means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean I got to go get my kid. It doesn't mean someone has to go take the SAT. No means no. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
This way.
Yeah.
You can go to the first and tell how is the name
Are you with him? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? I think.
Oh, what's that? Vote that motion to continue setting your queue for electronic.
Yeah. On Jones?
Alicia, are you ready? I am. All right. Could you sign the dismissal on Ibarra? You were British to be there testing the topic overly much further and just.
I'm signing it now.
And then Trey, if you could, put out a certified bond.
Did Reynolds never sign his month? He must have taken off. I don't think so.
Write it down. Switch it or you.
I don't think.
Each day it'll tell you every yes, I need a drug test and you'll see I need a drug test. If it says yes, if you're highlighted location here, previous hours, day, what's your personal identification? Yes. And then once you test you early in the morning, so you have to be very smart to do that. And then you have asked people's questions, is that you said that a response policy, yes, or something like that, and message, so we know it. Yes, and it will just count the general bias score, so they'll conduct it. So we'll look at some of that. You're not receiving an answer, as a general question points, from your conditions, from the testing process, you could add conditions. How long is it? Until, judge removes the community conditions or the case is disposed of, right, there's no, or might get more paper with this. And these are gonna be other papers that I have signed, so I was gonna do these just for. What should I go over to you? Back here, I have probably a golden split, it's gonna be waiting. Is there anybody in your waiting room?
No.
Just stay in contact with them, and you once you have something. All right, page 1, Alexander.
Alexander?
I sent him for drug test. He was a little late because he was in felony court.
Okay.
And I'm here for that.
Hi, Mr. Ely. How are you, man?
I'm well, how are you?
What's new?
Not much.
In the dream.
Living the dream.
All right, Judge, page 2, Alan. I know counsel was on Zoom.
Roll to Monday, plea or trial.
All right, next judge is page 4. Counsel was on Zoom, I believe on that.
SFBF tomorrow.
I get a whole bunch of this. Page 10, Bruce. Have you heard from counsel on that one?
Elena, on Elena?
No, on Bruce, Xavier, page 10.
No,
No.
haven't heard anything.
You know, counsel, I'll just. Page 11, the pause.
So he have the results. He's had 3 failed attempts, so they keep giving him water.
Okay. Page 13,
You're gonna have to go with it.
Gibson. Gibson is set for arraignment vote to appear. First time.
2501. You said Gibson?
Yes, page 13.
Okay, 2501.
Page 20, Munoz. Was, did counsel appear via Zoom or anything?
Say it again, which one?
Munoz, page 20.
I saw Eric here earlier. I don't know what happened. Hey, Blaze, did you talk to Eric Clay about Munoz?
I did, I followed this list.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you ready?
We are.
All right, come on. Yes, is this with that agreed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Sager. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Essentially, you and the state have not been able to work out an agreement, so you're coming to me for punishment for purposes of this case that you want to end today. Is that right? You need to understand that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're facing 180 days in jail. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged with in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeals. So whatever happens today happens, and that's it. There's no turning around and trying to change your mind. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm a firm believer that everybody deserves a chance, really. But the problem is we have people that we give them chances and they take the chance, but then it continues to happen over and over and over. And that's what we are trying to prevent from happening with you, Mr. Sager. You know, we all make mistakes, but the problem is that when you make a mistake where you're in danger of someone's life, you have to take notice. And when you don't, and when it continues to happen, if it continues to happen, the sentences get longer. The costs become bigger, especially with the DWI. Now you're facing, like I said, the 6 months. Your lawyer's asking me to set you for a deferred, which is a type of probation that if you complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. I will do this for you today. I will set you on a 1-year deferred. I'm going to sentence you to 180 days in jail, and I will not find you guilty, and I will put you on this deferred for a year. However, you will be required to satisfy conditions. If you do, fantastic, you will not end up with a conviction on your record. But you need to understand something. For all intents and purposes, if you're pulled over, an officer's going to see this. They're not going to give a rat's behind whether it's a deferred, whether it's a conviction, whether it's a dismissal. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they smell alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say is that even if you have half a beer, a sip of something, don't get into a car because it's a huge risk. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it is a 180-day, 1 year deferred. You will maintain a guardian interlock while you're on this deferred. You will do a DWI education class, a victim impact panel. Do you have children? We will do a parenting class in lieu of community service.
Sure.
No drugs, alcohol. You will do what's called a TRAS to see if you need other conditions. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't, you're in violation. If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have a hearing to see if you violated this. And as you see all the people that came out, you're going to be dressed in orange. We're going to bring you back out. We're going to have a hearing to see if you violated. If you do, or if you did, you're looking at 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind running his license to see if it's eligible, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't forget anything, did I? That's about it. So the only other thing I'd like to know now is whether your license is eligible or not. Because if it's not eligible, I'm going to order you not to drive and we'll give you a portable device. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name. You must maintain car insurance while you're on this probation. You must give them proof so that we know that you're driving legally.
It's eligible.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm not going to suspend your license now, so you can continue to drive, but you must get an interlock within 7 days. Do you understand?
7 days?
Correct. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, sir, not at this time.
The only other thing that I'm going to impart to you now is that DWI is huge business in Texas. There is a $3,000 surcharge. Is this a 0.15 or above? It is.
It is, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above? Oh, well, I guess you didn't, it's not pled as such, right? Okay. So the reason I'm trying to tell you is that there's a $3,000 surcharge that tags onto you when you pick up one of these types of cases. I'm going to waive it for you now, but on a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. And I routinely put it on seconds. So beware, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. You pick up another one, not to mention a minimum of 30 days. Well, there's no minimum because deferred. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. All right. Hey, yeah.
Judge, I'm here on an off-docket matter.
Okay. What's your last name?
25503.
25503.
460.
Arauz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so his mom called me. He's scheduled to go to Colombia with his father, and he's leaving. He's scheduled to leave on Thursday, obviously, and coming back on Sunday. So the only issue.
No.
Okay, yeah, because he has to get a text every morning or something, and he's afraid.
But let him know that he's going to get tested on his return, so you have to use.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure thing.
Two, 03.
25,000 and.
It's already at 12,503.
Felicia,
Yes, Judge?
how many bond violations have we had with Mr. Jones? Is it like 7? Is it 8? Because I want to do whatever number that is at the end.
All right. I see three judges.
We've only filed three. It's definitely been more than that.
And then the one that was deleted today, you know, that one, or that? They just, so that would have been the fourth, but we did test him a lot.
He tested positive for oxy, THC, was it amphetamine?
No, it was oxy, THC, Suboxone, and benzos.
I think that was it, right? Oh, no, no more. That's. What did you share that?
He should be on his way back now. And Victoria. Alexander is negative. He's on his way back. Okay. Hey, Judge, what happened to more of this?
To 25,000 more. Hey, come on, man. Any slower, you'll be going backwards.
I'm gonna need the rest of the week off.
Heck, you will. Issue a protective order on you. Hi, Rick. Good morning. Okay.
Judge said, hurry up, you need slower.
No jodes.
Let's see. Tom, can you take a pin on the list?
Did you do we have conditions on Reynolds?
Reynolds?
Yeah.
I think you missed that one, or maybe you picked it.
He left without signing.
Yeah,
conditions.
Judge,
He left without signing.
I think I left that a reset as well.
That's why I was like, you have to act like you're.
Because I didn't even see.
Oh, sorry, he doesn't have my conditions. I filed my conditions. She did file.
I know, but he left without signing conditions.
Oh.
That's fine. I don't even see it's reset.
You're welcome.
Dane, that's Dane's case.
Oh, no, there's a reset.
Right, Judge, we're just waiting on. Two attorneys?
Hey, Reynolds left without signing conditions. That's Dane's case, right? I don't know if I have his phone.
Oh, Judge, for that one, it's because we're revisiting PC. So I thought you didn't assign anything.
No, I did. The dude doesn't have a license and can't, I don't want to drive.
No driving application.
Did he sign a no driving application?
He did drive.
Okay, I guess that's all right.
That's why I thought. you-
Okay, all right, no problem. Right.
So it's good.
Yeah.
And then he'll be back on the 31st. So if you want him to sign those, you can put a note
Yeah.
in the system. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Anyone else?
Trey, could you put on there for the 31st, defendant will sign on the 31st? Just so we don't lose it. On page 1, Alexander came back negative. And it's 176 days old, so council's gonna have to confirm.
Yeah, I guess he's out the document.
Yeah, that's the only thing there.
Your Honor, I've spoken to counsel about that case, so.
What's the word?
He's got a corresponding felony. It's not the same transaction, but it is linked.
Is there an offer upstairs or no?
It's 2 year for all.
Will that swallow this one up?
Most likely.
Okay.
So I would just, I mean, I'll let him come in. I don't want to.
Sure. Do you know what day they got?
It's in May, that's the only issue. But I said we could reset before the felonies and then, and we'll just reach out to felony.
I mean, eventually something has to happen regardless upstairs, right?
So I'll.
Yeah, you might not be here by that. That's my only fear.
Hey, Judge, for Randall Kinsaya, did we ever make a decision on the outcome of
That's the other
ADR?
one. Yeah, so I'm revoking the bond,
Okay.
5,001. Thank you, because that's now, I forgot to do a bail one.
Yeah. Sydney Sexton. I don't know. Well, yeah, I didn't talk to her for an update on location. I had that you guys were sent to eval last day. Approve by Xavier. Because I have to approve the job 176.
Hey, can I ask you,
Oh, listen.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
Randall picked up our theft in January.
Yes, Your Honor.
3-3 burglar habitation, 313 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 317 retaliation, and then again, a burglary with intent to commit another felony. So picks up literally 4 felonies. 3 of them got dismissed to be used in punishment with the burglary case.
Yeah. See there, Your Honor. It looks like it just was picked up.
I don't.
Attorney Suarez. Great. We don't need an interpretation. No. Okay. Comments?
Yeah, it looks like they rolled, Your Honor, that second degree burglary pat into the first degree. And they dismissed the ag assaults and then dismissed retaliation. So all he's got open now is that first degree for. We're going to do that. Not going to keep them all. I don't know.
That's above our pay grade.
So I guess it's house the
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Lee, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right.
Good job. Good job. I'm proud of you. Great.
I'm very happy.
Wonderful.
So
He's been clean. I mean, it sounds like he hasn't been using for a while. So, the state, I think once one more reset, discovery is complete. He has the pending felony. That's reset till like May 21st.
That's a little far.
I understand.
And I know that one upstairs will probably swallow this one regardless. So I guess let's give 30 days, see whatever. Hopefully you're still here, but if you can put a note in the system,
Yeah, I don't know if they're just, because it's not the same transaction, but there are
Not
kind of the same, it's the same complaining witnesses, and the felony predates this.
This is the neighbor stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the felony predates this case, but it was filed afterwards, and it's the same complaining witnesses, but
That's what I mean. They're somewhat connected.
yeah, I mean,
They're not saying they're.
it's a,
Trevor's complete upstairs too?
I think so.
Yes, Judge.
For the record, I do not, I'm still here.
Okay, so let's do 30 days and then we'll
Okay.
see, come back, hopefully everything will,
Do we have a required setting or appearance waived?
what do you think? What do you want?
He's been in good contact with me, you know.
Come up, Miss Alexander, I'll waive it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna test him at least one more time. Let him know, this is not to. You're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're in the home stretch, okay? Just keep it up. I'm gonna test you at least one more time. Don't use. Just stay, keep your nose out of trouble and all's gonna go well. You're in the home stretch. Okay? All right.
All right. Thank you.
I'll wait it for the next one.
Okay. And then if it's.
But he's gonna get called at some point.
I understand.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck, Miss Alexander. Yeah, yeah, Rick, let's do it. John Melendez. And the weapon's gonna be forfeited, right? Okay. Mr. Melendez, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this is going on your record. You need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Anything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No more slaps on the wrist. It's a minimum 90 days. So if you're running with knuckleheads, get ready. When you hang with dogs, you get fleas. As part of the agreement, the weapon is going to be forfeited. You will not get it back. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty and I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck, Mr. Mullins.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
For your.
You too?
Workout shirt?
You can run it.
Oh, so for the mother, let me say, you would go to 49
Yes,
cents.
so you can go over to 49 cents and
The judge will find, they'll recognize the those things spells, and then they'll say, oh, if you want to confirm that, you can want. Alicia,
Yeah,
right for the or for his,
yeah, I just need a judge to sign the dismissal or the plea paperwork and I'll be good to go on.
Sign it correctly.
please. And remember, for that one, you need to get the first floor first, and then go very close off, okay? Where do I go over it? It's just the first floor of this, yes, and we're going to the first floor of the bottom, I think elevators, you'll see the glass room, but we're going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, once you do that on the first floor, you're good to go over to 49 and they'll take off the month.
Move it to the appreciate.
Anything else?
Page 11, the pause, did you ever know sample? Yeah, and then I said, should we roll it, maybe result?
Huh? Oh, I was like, I don't know if you're.
Oh, I thought something bad.
The cruise, right?
They pause, page 11. We send them first things in the morning. You can give a sample.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll it?
No. He's got to give a sample today.
No, I know, but roll it for the
Yeah.
results?
Yeah.
Okay, you got that, Cynthia? Yes. Okay, I'll let them know now. And I'll email counsel and let her know, she's been checking in on that. Next one, Judge, is page 24 there. Did they make a payment? He did pay the restitution and he allowed the probation officer to see it. Judge, on page 24, Romero.
Okay, page 24.
24, Romero has made all their payments and they are reaching out to the probation officer to make sure it's okay to file a dismissal. But that just happened at 11:39.
He just paid at 11:39. He's supposed to be here.
The messages were sent, he's out there.
Oh,
He
okay.
made the payment earlier today.
Okay, great. It was all paid?
The restitution was paid.
Blaze, did you hear that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm pulling that up now, and that's on Romero, right?
Yes.
Do you want to see if,
I just got the email, so.
Nobody's responded, but on my end, that seems to be the office class investigation.
Your Honor, filing dismissal on Romero.
okay. Cool. All right, sir, your case is being dismissed. What else?
Next is page 27, each talking Orlando. Sorrentino. I was waiting for Joe to come back into the record, so he.
What did Joe say?
Nothing, I asked him if he needed to approach, he said no yet.
Is the defendant here?
Yes. And I had in February, they were waiting for working on mitigation.
Hey, on Tolentino, do you have the mitigation packet submitted? Bye, Roberto. Thanks. Ciao, ciao.
Joe filed a motion to convene some meeting on Valentino.
Your Honor, I offered to defer on it. Sounded like they were gonna accept. I'm not.
I'll text Joe.
Joe Mama.
Or two.
What?
I'll text her soon. Also,
Anyone else?
Also, last one, Joe. I went there and we went inside Texas.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I went to basketball, they started getting the, right, so it was right post-COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of much. I mean, football, they still think. They're not in there.
I can go with yeah.
I prefer professional way over another one, like from time in basketball over in school.
You want to take it down?
Hey, we're gonna set Valentino to plea. So whatever day he wants.
Okay.
Okay. Shreya,
Hi, Judge.
hey,
I just needed to approach on a case that's set for tomorrow for a BVR. It is case number 254-7781.
okay,
So I've been in touch with her. She has been trying to get off work. She's a behavioral technician at Action Behavior Center. She couldn't get off tomorrow morning. So she said she can Zoom in. She can come in Thursday or Friday. I told her I needed negative drug test. She said there's a place today at 4 that'll take.
no. We're gonna do it in our place. I'm not going to Ponca City drug test.
Okay. Is there any way we can carry her to Thursday? And if you say no, I get it.
I'm okay with carrying it to Thursday.
Okay, all right. So I
She must
will,
appear Thursday. We'll set it for bond forfeit. If she doesn't, then it's over.
yes, Thursday.
You want a cause number?
I have tomorrow's one.
Lovey.
Lovey?
Lovey, 254-7781.
Okay, Thursday, got it.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Okay, bye.
Judge DePaz came back and it's a THC.
He just came back.
I messaged the case manager, but I think.
Okay, so we'll do the normal 45-day, 50-day reset to test again. Get you going. Got anyone else in back?
Okay.
Okay,
All right, I'll let.
that's done. Guys, that's a wrap.
Thank you.